What up, y'all? It's Joe Budden, here to talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. You can get up to 100 times your money.
Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code SPOTIFY. That's code SPOTIFY on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, what the are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass? So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
77 WABC. This is Sid and Friends in the Morning.
No, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
But today is the second annual Dyspraxia DCD America Radiothon. Danielle, you've done a magnificent job. But this charity was inspired by my son, Gabriel, who was diagnosed as a little boy with dyspraxia. What is your message?
My message is no matter all the limitations, setbacks, people who make fun of you, just keep trying to do what you want to do. Whether it's, playing a sport, trying to open a can, trying to tie your shoes, just keep trying, and I promise you'll get it, because repetition is just, it helped me so much, and if you practice enough, it'll help you too.
We love you so much. There's not even a word to describe it. You know that, right? But it's been a very rewarding journey for me and Mommy, because there were times we were nervous and we weren't sure.
There were times I was nervous too.
Of course. But to your credit, you've erased all that. And now we think you can do anything you want. We do. We love you.
Love you too.
Now you made me cry.
I do not ask for much, something real that I can touch.
That's my little boy, Gabriel. There's a reason why I played that just now. Yes, tomorrow, the day before Thanksgiving, happens to be the third annual Dyspraxia DCD America Radiothon. We've done it the last 2 years, thanks to John and Margot. Thank you for that, and Chad. We've raised a decent amount of money, but the reason why I played that just now is the first check that we ever got for the foundation came years ago. I had been invited by Bill O'Reilly. You've heard of Bill O'Reilly. Me and Bernard, my late great friend Bernard. God bless him and God rest his soul. And a happy Thanksgiving to Carol. Bernard's going to be a grandfather for the second time coming up this April. His daughter-in-law is pregnant again. That's very exciting news. So me and Bernie performed for Bill the first time at the Paramount Theater. Since then, me and Bill have done one together. And Bill gave Danielle and I a nice check. And that was the first donation ever. So tomorrow being the third annual Radiothon, I wanted to thank Bill O'Reilly. But Bill does that stuff all the time. Whether it's yesterday was a turkey drive, he donates to that. He happens to be, and I mean this sincerely, not just an amazing talent, but he's one of the most generous people you'll ever meet. He was the best. He still is the best. He'll always be the best. Usually here on Thursdays, but that's Thanksgiving. He's here today, whether it's 9 p.m. weeknights on WABC or, of course, BillO'Reilly.com. Great interviews, great TV, great columns, killing series, 13 in, confronting the presidents, still killing it. But I wanted to play that because Danielle, Gabe, and Ava are all coming in tomorrow, Bill, to take part. They'll be on the show and periodically talk about the charity and what Gabriel has gone through. And we love you forever. We just want you to know that, Bill.
Very nice of you, Sid. If I had a heart, I would cry. But since I'm heartless, I am a little verklempt. Is that the word?
That's very good, yes.
Okay.
If I had Bernie used to always say to me when my dad passed away a couple of years ago, and that's when Katsimatidis and I started getting close because he was great to me for that. Bernie was very close with his dad. His dad passed away a couple of months ago. But he's always saying to me, he goes, because he hear me talk on the phone to my father, love you, love you, love you. He goes, me and my dad don't do that. Like, I go, what is that? He goes, I think it's an Irish thing. So you're Irish like Bernard. Is that an Irish thing?
Yes, there's no doubt about it. Irish men, in particular, although my mother was a very excellent mom, she was more like Beaver Cleaver's mother.
Yeah.
And if you watched Leave It to Beaver, which I think is on MeTV now.
It is, with Happy Days and all that.
I mean, they're all dressed up in formal gowns for dinner. It's like, what suburb is this? But anyway, the Irish guys are very passive when it comes to outward display of affection. But in my experience, both over in Erie and here in the United States, if the Irishman likes you, you have a friend who will not turn on you.
That's for sure. And I know
Loyalty
that. Yep.
And to me, I mean, I don't need a lot of slobbering around. I mean, I know the people who are looking out for me. And I learned the lesson the hard way, by the way. It wasn't something that I was born with. I learned it from experience.
Yep.
There are signs you look to see. But the Irish, it takes a little while for you to earn their trust. But once you do, it's there. And you know that from dealing with McGurk and me.
That's right. I was going to say, you two guys are two of the most special people and will always be in my life, two Irishmen. Now, just so you know, with all the talk, and I do get very gushy and very, I'm almost like a chick, I admit that. But I've seen you interact with Spencer, not a heck of a lot different than Sid and Gabe. I got to be honest, Bill.
No, I mean, I want to protect my children above all else. That's my primary job on the planet. And, my son and I have a very good relationship in the sense that he buys into my program. My daughter, not as much. I mean, a good relationship with her in the sense there's not a lot of strife.
Right. Sounds familiar.
She stands on the outside.
Ava, too. Yep, same thing.
Little woke sometimes, and of course I mock that. I mean, that's the other thing about the Irish. If you're woke, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Here we come.
Yeah.
So on Thanksgiving, when they all sit down for dinner at my house, which is 110 years old, the house, not me, I'm only 107. But you can tell that, I better be careful about what I'm saying here.
Right. No, I got the same thing with Ava and Gabriel. But I remember last year, I'll never forget this, you were coming on before Thanksgiving, and you said, the O'Reilly tradition is that when everybody sits down for dinner, you're going to break out one of these history books, and you're going to go over the whole story, the Pilgrims, the Indians, the boats. And I said, come on. You go, no, I'm being serious. We're going to do the whole story of Thanksgiving. So the question is very simple. Do you really do that? And if you do, are you doing it again this Thursday?
Well, we had Killing the Witches out last Thanksgiving, which is the Mayflower and how the Pilgrims got here. They weren't called Pilgrims till years later. So we did do it, but I do it in a funny way. I don't do it in a pedantic way. I'm not Mr. Hand from Fast Times at
Very good. And now, if you could tell me who played that character, I'll be really impressed.
The guy, Ray Walston, played Mr.
Unbelievable.
Hand. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you,
my
everyone.
favorite Martian, Ray Walston. Very good.
Yeah. I like to do stories at the dinner table sometime because there's only so much trivial chat you can get out of people, right?
Sure.
But I like to tell stories. So I'm giving you a preview of this Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell a story. When I was a young reporter at Channel 2 in New York City, of course, one of my first assignments was to go out to watch them inflate the balloons the night before Thanksgiving.
Which I must tell you, we used to live on 104th and West End for 5 years.
That's exactly where they are.
Yeah, we used to watch it every year. Yeah, yep.
So, of course, this is a dopey assignment, and, it was given to the rookie O'Reilly. So I got Dave Marish there. I got Roland Smith, people who have been in New York a long time. Will remember names. They were the anchors at 11 o'clock on there. Yeah. And I go out there. So what am I supposed to do? All right? I mean, they're the stupid balloons, and there's a guy with the big balloon pump or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's freezing, and I'm there, and they go, and it's a live shot. So, and now Bill O'Reilly from the Upper West Side with the balloons. So what's going on here? What's going on out there,
terrible.
Bill? And I look at the camera and go, nothing. They're just putting the air in the balloon. That's what they do. There's no news. You send me out of here to freeze my arse off, and they're just putting the air in the balloon.
Oh, that is funny. Yeah, that is. I mean, it's cute, I guess, for me and the family to go and Gabe and Ava a little, but for you to cover it, that is ridiculous.
I mean, and then I said, I was being a wise guy, which is, I've been known to do. And I go, they just put some helium in Snoopy. Looks like he has the mumps. Look at that. That's too much. Bring it down.
That's funny. That's good.
I was
you made it
do
funny.
Rodney. I was going to do Rodney Dangerfield, but I figured I'll get fired if I do Rodney. Sometimes Rodney was, the parade. I love the parade. Yeah. I was going to my wife. The balloons. I said to my wife, I don't know how they get it up. And she said, of course you're going to ask that question.
Very good.
Yeah, I could have done Rodney. I could have done Richard Pryor with all the F words, but I just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible because it was a stupid assignment. But I'll tell that story, and then I'll tell a few other Thanksgiving stories about it. And then people are engaged; they like that.
Of course,
but I keep it very light.
Well, it's fun. I do want to do one more news story. Take a quick break. Come back for 5 minutes and talk about Trump. You and I are both, and you more than me because you happen to be the greatest ever at that position, but very critical of the news and these jokes. You announced on this show last week, and you were right, MSNBC just about done, CNN not far behind. The network guys, they're all no good, whether it's O'Donnell or Muir or Lester Holt, but a local guy stepped away this week. Now, I don't like Bill Ritter on Channel 7, ABC, because he also editorializes way too much. He rolls his eyes. Shut up. Just give me the news. But Chuck Scarborough, after 50 years, walked away this week. Any thoughts on him, Bill?
Yeah, I've known Chuck since Boston.
Wow.
He was at WNAC TV in Boston when I was at Boston University. And our paths crossed frequently. Competitor, obviously. I was at Channel 2 and Channel 4. A very good guy. Now, I got to tell you, a lot of these local anchors are all puffed up and they think they're superstars.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
You're a local anchor. Take the money and shut up. But Chuck always had, a lot of class.
Yeah.
And he epitomized, I think, the Herb Bain atmosphere of New York. You're never going to see anybody like Chuck again, or Jim Jensen, or Grimsby and Butel at Channel 7.
Right.
I mean, these guys were like the New York Yankees' Murderous Row. I mean, it's a new day, new age. These guys, they knew what they were doing. Yeah. And Chuck, what is he, 82 now?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy looks like he's 50. I got to get the Dorian Gray thing. What are you doing, Chuck? I mean, you got a potion you're drinking?
It's true. He looks exactly the same as he did 20 years ago, and NBC hasn't changed even a little. Not even a little.
No. He's a Mississippi guy. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. No.
Yeah, he's a Mississippi guy. Lost the accent, but did very well in Boston. And the NBC brought him down to New York, and he was, 42 years, I think?
42 years. Like 42 out of 50 here in New York. An absolute legend. Let's take a quick break with the biggest legend, Bill O'Reilly. Come back for a couple of minutes, get his thoughts on the latest Donald Trump appointments as we near closer now, about 2 months away, to Trump officially taking office. We'll come right back with the best ever Bill O'Reilly. But after these short messages.
Some people need a lot, others want what they haven't got. I need just what it takes, that's when the tension breaks. I'll be just what I am, a happy man. I'm gonna be a happy man, just you and me. Well, we still can, there's nothing left we can't do.
This is Sid and Friends in the morning.
But you say he's just a friend. Oh, you're my best friend.
77 WABC.
Bet you're wondering how I do. Baby, that's friends to make me blue. With some other girl you knew before.
So this has to be done every week, I guess, until he's done. I'm looking forward to his advisory boards and committees. I expect to see my name on one of those. We'll see. But we got to go over these picks, and maybe not specific picks. We've done this, me and O'Reilly and others, Matt Gaetz and Pete Hegseth, and blah, blah, blah. He announced 15 more picks, I believe, on Friday for his economic team. But I want an overall picture from the great Bill O'Reilly. Overall, how do you think Trump has done?
Pretty well. It's always controversial when you try to change the system in Washington, which is obviously what he's trying to do. And that's what people and the press never...
Hold on. You say it's obvious he's trying to do that. It's obvious to you because you're the smartest guy in the room. A lot of my listeners are morons, so you tell me what's so obvious about that.
All right, well, for a large amount of money, get their names and addresses, and I will go over and tutor them. But all I got to tell you is if you understand what Trump ran on and his personality, he believes he has a mandate to clean up the corruption in Washington. I think even morons know that.
But correct me if I'm wrong. The first time he won, and you know how much I love him, he said he was going to clean up the swamp, but did he really do that?
It was a whole different thing.
Okay.
And that's an excellent question you're asking, by the way. When Trump took over in 2017, he was befuddled. He walked in. It will be like me walking into the New York Jet locker room on Sunday starting at quarterback. Now, I used to play quarterback in college, but that was a long time ago, and I don't know the system, right. And I wouldn't know what the deuce was going on.
Right.
All right, who's in motion, or, I'm going, what? That was Trump. He had no idea what was happening. It took him a full 2 years to figure it out. And that's why I appointed so many pinheads like Jeff Sessions and the dope that ran the Secretary of State.
Yeah. Rex Tillerson.
Yeah. He just didn't. He was listening to everybody. But now he comes in, and he has a clear mandate. He's got to bring prices down. He's got to calm things overseas. And he's got to reform, and this is personal for him. It's business, not personal, Sonny.
Yeah.
This is personal. Because he went through hell, and the Justice Department put him through that, and he's going to dismantle that. He will. Then he's going to try to, get down to spending and the government waste and all that.
Yeah, I know. He's got Elon Musk and Vivek. Yeah. I mean, you ask an average person on the street what that Doge department means, I have no idea. But because you're so great with the presidential history, and you gave me credit last time for saying this, but it's true. The last couple of presidents had awful second terms. Bush, Obama, Clinton, all of them. I feel like the thrill is in the run. Now, the first time you win, you got to keep that enthusiasm going because the idea is to win twice, right? You don't want to be a one-term president, although Trump was able to pull off a Grover Cleveland deal. You don't want that. So once you're kind of in that lame duck situation, it's your second and final year. Is it even possible to have the same enthusiasm that you did the first time?
Well, another good question. Number one, if you read Confronting the President, still number 4 in the New York Times list, by the way, after 11 weeks.
Wow.
Come on.
That's awesome.
And Melania knocked me off the top spot. Right. I'm going to have a talk with her. Trump, again, it's personal, wants to be on Mount Rushmore. We talked about this.
Yep.
And in order to do that, he's got to knock it out of the park the last 4 years. Now, Grover Cleveland's second term was a disaster. An absolute disaster. Economy collapsed. The guy couldn't talk. He had mouth cancer. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Who was the last president to have a good second term?
That's an interesting question. It might have been Harry Truman.
Maybe Truman.
Eisenhower's second term was uneventful. I mean, they didn't screw it up. But what Trump has to do, because the country is corrupt, because of this progressive movement coming in and trying to throw all the traditional tenets of our society out the window, he's got to stop that. And so he's motivated to do a number of things, which is why he put the disruptors up for the cabinet positions. Now, overall, the people that he appointed are competent, smart people. But he's going to have a problem with Hegseth, Kennedy, and Tulsi Gabbard. And they're all going to have to appear in front of the Senate committees, which is going to, and the news media will go wild because the news media hasn't learned any lessons at all. Even though they're all going to get fired this time next year, most of them will be gone. All right? And because their ratings are so terrible and they're losing money now on their ads and all that, they're all going. But the media will go wild on these Senate hearings, and there are enough Democrats on those committees to tear a guy like Robert Kennedy apart.
Yep.
All right? And they will.
They will. Yep.
To try to embarrass Trump. So if I were Trump's main advisor, I would have put disruptors in, but not at those people are very over the top. He's got some disruptors in that aren't over the top, and they'll get sailed right through. But again, he's running everything from the Oval Office. The committee, the cabinet chiefs have no power.
They yell
in this second administration.
Yeah, Boris yells and Elon yells and this one yells, but you're right. The buck stops with
they're
President
going to
Trump.
run everything out of the White House. Yep. And as I said last week, Stephen Miller, the policy guy, is going to be the second most powerful man in the country.
It's probably true. It is true. Anyway, listen, I got to tell you, man, Thanksgiving's coming up on Thursday. I tell you this all the time anyway, but I am so thankful for you. I really, and I'm not looking to blow smoke up your ass and make you cry, which I can't do anyway because you're Irish. But it's surreal for me that the man I grew up watching and wanted to be is now not just on my show every week, but as a dear friend of mine. That's how much I love you, Bill. Thank you so much.
Well, look, Sid, everywhere I go, I was at the Islanders last night, and I'm, by the way, going to have to play goalie for that team. I'm going to suit up. I played goalie for Chaminade High School on Long Island when I was a kid, but the Islanders have got to turn it around. Yeah. Everywhere I go, I love you and Sid.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Wow. Because everybody knows me, and, I'm accessible in the sense that I chat with people. I just don't push them aside. I'm not George Clooney kicking my fans in the groin. I don't do that. You want a picture? I'll pose for a picture. Okay. But they go, "Oh, you and Sid, it's great." And I look them in the eye and sincerely say to them, it's all me, right?
You bet your ass you say that, O'Reilly. You bet your ass. And you know what? You're right. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you.
You too. Have a great time.
Thank you.
You deserve all your success, Sid. The ratings are spectacular, and you deserve every bit of it. You worked hard. You came back. And you are a great role model for this country.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Bill. Thank you very much. Really, thank you. Have a great, happy Thanksgiving. I love you. Thank you.
Okay, best of the family.
You too. My God, how about that? Well, anybody have a parliament?
Well, we know what's going to start the show tomorrow.
Cut it up. Cut it up. Put it in the oven. Cut it up.
It's not cut up yet? You didn't cut that up yet?
I didn't do it yet, no.
That was Bill O'Reilly, bitch. Did you hear what he just said to me?
I just heard it, yeah.
Okay.
Right, we dissected every damn word. No problem. Don't worry, it's the great Bill O'Reilly.
How many times can I play that tomorrow?
I will probably cap it at 3. Yeah.
Okay, 3 words.
I will be thankful for 0.
It's going to be 3. Thank you, Bill.
Eden Memorial Chapels understands Jewish funerals can take many forms. Some are Orthodox, while others are more conservative or of a Reformed nature. There's no one better. With services close to all New York and New Jersey cemeteries, Eden Memorial Chapels offer fair and balanced pricing and can provide easy transfer of you and your loved ones to Israel. While you're grieving, they're here to take care of all the details so that you deal with less bureaucracy and have more peace of mind. Go to EdenMemorial.com. That's EdenMemorial.com.